But with Launch Over 40, we had some global people. Matter of fact, I actually had a young lady I was talking to yesterday, but that's from Australia. And she's in, her website is Fabulous Financial. And it's funny because when you talk to people, the one thing the internet has allowed is to be more international. And I think for women, we need to understand that it's not a United States thing. Women around the world in the same situation. And I always find that fascinating. I was talking to the young lady yesterday from Australia, and she was talking about the same thing that women over here are dealing with, making less money. Over here is Social Security, but over there is benefits. That's going away for the seniors. So, the world is in this position that we need to adjust. And because statistically we still live longer than our male counterparts or your husband, a lot of times we're the ones that are being affected by the lack of finances and resources.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And, I think ideas like yours and concepts like yours that force women to work together and support each other is the only way we're going to solve that income equality thing, is if we stand together and demand and learn to negotiate and put your foot down and not worry if somebody likes me or not. They don't like me. Oh, we need to stop worrying about that and stop being that way and start supporting in a positive way. I wrote a quote. It says, your lack of support of other successes will limit yours. So you have to learn to be supportive. When somebody does something incredible, you need to acknowledge that. Write them a note. Congratulations, you got a new job, or you were able to move up in your corporate ladder, or you wrote a book, or you started a new company. Congratulations. Why don't we support each other? It's just the only way, in my mind, that we are going to move forward and be successful as a gender. They're not going to give it to us. We're going to have to organize and go forth as one, which I don't think we're doing at this point.
Well, I will agree. Now, that's one thing I want to help some women understand. I always call it the fast food mentality. Anytime people feel like there's a lack of, I always talk about, you go down the street and see a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Kentucky Fried, and a taco all within walking distance, and they're flourishing. And I would tell women that anytime you think that there's not enough or it's so saturated, think of the fast food mentality. Because right. I don't see any Burger Kings or thing going out of business.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they know if you want a burger, you don't want a taco today.
Right, exactly.
I know we've been on for a while, and I know you don't have a whole lot of time left. I did want to go back to one thing, and I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
When you talked about women worrying about being liked, and that's one thing that you and I had discussed before, how we, as females, we need to understand the difference between business and personal. And sometimes even myself have ran into women doing networking that they really haven't shown me any value to what they could bring to my life or my situation, but they almost expect me to buy or promote or encourage their business to my other family, friends, other coworkers, other business women I know, because, well, I like her and she seems nice, or we're basically very social. And to me, that's something that I really just, I'm like, business is business, and friendship is different, or association is different. How do you, recommend that women